Hey everyone, it's Rihanna and welcome back to another video. So it is finally time to take a look back at 2016, a reflection of all of the films that came out last year. That is right, we're talking about my most favourites, most loved films of 2016. Now I'm going to do this a little bit different. Usually I would have a top 10 list, but I really couldn't leave some films out, so considering it was 2016, I thought I would do my top 16 films of 2016. It's quite an odd number to have, but this is my list and we're going to do it my way. Obviously, this is my personal list. These are the films that I enjoyed the most, that I love the most, filmmaking wise or just personally connected to me. If anything that is on this list isn't on your list, and if your list is completely different or if I've left a film out, please do not be offended because obviously it's my list. After you have seen my list though, I would really like to know what your favourite films of 2016 were, so please leave them down below in the comments. The first 6 films are really in no particular order and they would have been honourable mentions if I'd have done a top 10 video. Number 16 on my list is the horror film The Witch, which I was incredibly surprised by, because if you know me, you know I do not like horror films. Not in the slightest, I do not like them. But the way that Robert Eggers directs this film, wrote this film, it's just incredible. The cinematography is amazing, the acting, especially by Anya Taylor-Joy, is phenomenal. The way that it's written, in this kind of old-time English language and how they speak it just adds to the realism. It's an incredibly disturbing and intense film to watch. I have a review for The Witch if you want to go check it out. I will leave a link here, but you just need to watch this film if you haven't already, especially if you're a horror fan. I'm ashamed of you if you're a horror fan and you have not seen The Witch. You need to do that now. Stop the video, watch it now. Number 15 on my list is Tom Ford's Nocturnal Animals, which was, oh my god, just... oh, how do I even begin to explain Nocturnal Animals? I'm a big fan of Tom Ford. I loved his film A Single Man, and Nocturnal Animals is just astonishing. Jake Gyllenhaal's performance, Aaron Taylor-Johnson's performance, Michael Shannon's performance are so amazing in this film. It tells the story of 2 stories that kind of intertwine with each other. This woman receives a package from her ex-husband, which is a novel that he has written kind of about her and is a tribute to her, and it is so unsettling to watch. Visually it is beautiful. Obviously Tom Ford has a key eye for detail and he is just an astonishing director. I cannot wait to see what he does next. But Nocturnal Animals is still with me now, and if a film is still with me months after I've seen it, I know it is one of my favourites. Number 14 is Moana, which I didn't do a review for in this channel, but I just have to say it now. I was so incredibly in love with Moana and still am incredibly in love with Moana. I love the story, I love how Disney is back to its kind of original form, telling these gorgeous stories, and just the music by my lord and saviour, Lin-Manuel Miranda, is incredible. How Far I'll Go is too emotional to listen to. The music is so amazing. I thought Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson did a great job voice acting. I thought the main character who voiced Moana, and I'm not going to attempt to pronounce that name because it's Hawaiian, but I thought she did a great job. I cannot wait to see what she does next. And it was just such a heartwarming and just funny and just beautiful film to watch. I loved Moana. I loved it so much. Number 13 on my list is Captain Deadpool. That's right, Deadpool. I watched Deadpool I think 3 times in the cinema, and just every single time those jokes just keep hitting and I just loved it. I could rewatch this film over and over again and never be sick of it. I love Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, the action's great. It is a very standard story, but the way it's told isn't so standard. How it kind of makes fun of itself is so good. I'm shocked at myself that I haven't bought Deadpool on DVD. I am shocked. Maybe I'll go do that after this video. I had the best time watching Deadpool. I cannot wait to see what they do with the sequel. Ryan Reynolds kills it! Coming in at number 12 is The Edge of 17. Should be probably number 17, but it's number 12. That was a very bad joke. Could we even class that as a joke? Let's not go there. Anyway, The Edge of 17 I also didn't do a review for on this channel, but it stars Haley Steinfeld and it's a coming of age story. Her character is called Nadine and she's not settling well into teenage life, and her best friend sleeps with her brother and they end up together, and there's all this drama, teen drama going on, and usually I'd find that really cheesy and not appealing, but Nadine's character just spoke to me. I think she spoke to a lot of people and she could relate to a lot of people, and the way that the director, Kelly Frigmon Craig, I hope that's how you pronounce her name, she's fantastic. She wrote this film, she directed this film, and just this is how you do a coming of age story. It was a huge surprise to me. It was super heartwarming, dramatic, comedic. Haley Steinfeld does a great job. Woody Harrelson's great in the film. I loved it. I can't wait to see it again. Edge of 17, underrated film of 2016. If you haven't seen it, go do that. Number 11 on my list is Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. Now this film divided a lot of people. Like hardcore Star Wars fans loved this film because it added more to the beginning of A New Hope, and others didn't really like this film, and I was one that really loved Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. Yes, it does feel like a cash grab, blah blah blah. It's in between the prequels and the originals, and I'm not really sure what we can call that, but I loved everything about Rogue One. I love the new characters that we're introduced to. I love the amount of threat that is put onto these characters. I really love the action and the adventure side of it, and just how they band together to go against the forces of evil, and obviously Darth Vader. I feel that Rogue One is a really good addition to the Star Wars franchise. I really just love Cassian and Jyn Erso. I love them so much. I love them. It's more one of those fangirly type things, but I love them. And we're into the top 10. These are the 10 films that I loved and adored in 2016. At number 10, we have Sing Street, which is a musical, comedy, drama, coming of age story directed by John Carney, who also directed films like Once and Begin Again. Now this is set in the 80s in Dublin, Ireland, and this kid kind of, he doesn't fit in well. He doesn't have a lot of friends. He's had to move schools because his parents are having money struggles and they're on the verge of divorce. And he meets this girl and he really likes her. And he decides to start a band to impress her, and he ends up getting this group of really great friends, and this music is just so good. Up and Drive It Like You Stole It are so good as songs. I listen to them daily. They're amazing. And just I thought all of the young actors in this film were really great. I love the comedy in this film, I love the music, I love the drama, and I love the coming of age feel of Sing Street. More original films like this need to come out. I feel like this is an underrated film of 2016 also. Number 9 on my list is a film I recently just rewatched and still love, and that is The Nice Guys, starring Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling, who star as two semi-detectives who investigate the missing persons case of Amelia and get in all of this conspiracy of the porn industry in the 1970s in Los Angeles. The Nice Guys is so well written and directed by Shane Black. I absolutely love the comedy in this film. Every single time the jokes hit and they never fail to make me laugh. I think Ryan Gosling gave a great performance in this film. To be honest, like, I loved him in La La Land. I loved him. But for the Golden Globes, I feel as if he should have been nominated for The Nice Guys and maybe La La Land, but he probably should have won for The Nice Guys other than La La Land. He was great in The Nice Guys. But The Nice Guys is an original story and we don't see many of those these days, so I really appreciate that. I love the music and just every single time the jokes hit, and it's great. Number 8 on my list is kind of a hit and miss film. It divided a lot of people. It's very indecisive when it comes to the quality of Nicholas Winding Refn's The Neon Demon. Now personally, I loved The Neon Demon. I loved it. It was beautiful. Elle Fanning is amazing in the film. The writing is incredible, although it's very quiet. Just visually it's spectacular. The cinematography is incredible. The score is incredible. I love the depth of the story, layer after layer after layer. I love how Nicholas Winding Refn takes the rule book of filmmaking, chucks it out the window, sets it on fire. He don't care. I respect him so much. A lot of people are torn on it, but I loved The Neon Demon. It's just what I needed in 2016. I love films that test me. Number 7 on my list is Taika Waititi's Hunt for the Wilder People. Now this was a indie gem, an underrated film of 2016 that I absolutely loved. I really dug Taika Waititi's and Jermaine Clements' What We Did in the Shadows, which I watched earlier in 2016 and was really looking forward to seeing Hunt for the Wilder People, and I checked it out in my local independent cinema and I was not disappointed. I recently just rewatched it on UK Netflix, so it's on UK Netflix if you want to go check it out. please do that. And I really, really loved Hunt for the Wilder People. I didn't do a review of it on this channel because it came out way later in the UK than it did in the US and everywhere else, so I thought I'd just leave it, but it turned out to be one of my favourite films of the year. Hunt for the Wilder People tells the story of a foster kid named Ricky Baker in New Zealand, and he's taken to this new family and he's trying to kind of adapt to them. And Ricky Baker and his new uncle Heck have to go on the run when tragedy strikes from the police and from child services. And because this film is set in New Zealand, obviously the landscape shots are incredible because they go on the run in the wild. It is such a fun, wild ride. It's like a buddy cop movie without them being cops, and the two main leads have such a strong chemistry together. It is great. I could rewatch this film to no end. I had such a good time watching it. I love the comedy. I love the original story. Taika Waititi is going places. I cannot wait for Thor Ragnarok. Number 6 on my list is a film I checked out at the London Film Festival, directed by Andrea Arnold, which is American Honey. I am still to this day thinking about American Honey, and I'm just every day thinking, when am I going to rewatch this film? American Honey tells the story of an 18-year-old girl named Star, who's played incredibly in the film by Sasha Lane, who leaves her normal life that is not making her happy. She's very depressed. She doesn't like her home life. She leaves it to go on the road with a bunch of teenagers who go out selling magazines. A very simplistic story. It's a very slice of life sort of film that doesn't have much of a story structure or plot to it. We just follow these teenagers as they go through life, and that, for almost 3 hours, kept me so captivated. I think Sasha Lane gave a great performance. I think Shia LaBeouf gave a great performance. Andrea Arnold's handheld camera work and intimacy with her characters is so raw and intimate and emotional that I breathed it in. It was such an atmospheric and such an experience of a film to watch. I absolutely loved it. The music's incredible, and I will never listen to We Found Love by Rihanna the same again. It is so good. We're getting into the top 5, and at number 5 we have Captain America Civil War. Now, how could this not be on my favourites list? I loved the hell out of this film. Captain America Civil War is the 3rd Captain America film, the god knows what number film in the MCU, but I loved it, and to this day I still think it is definitely in the top 5 films that they've ever made. From the action to the story to the acting to the music to everything in this film is just so good. From the additions of Black Panther and Spider-Man, it is just so well done throughout this film. Anthony and Joe Russo are incredibly talented as action directors, as well as giving their films a lot of heart and dealing with so many characters. So many Avengers are in this film. It is basically Avengers 2.5. Captain America Civil War is hands down the best superhero film of 2016, and let me tell you, there was a lot of superhero films. Not only does this film take into account the past events, it also sets up so much for future films in the MCU. And just the Captain America films continue to impress me. I've always loved all of them. Number 4 on my list is another indie gem I loved indies of 2016, and that is Captain Fantastic, starring Viggo Mortensen as a father, Ben Cash, who raises his children in a little bit of a different way. He raises them in the wilderness and gives them survival training and teaches them how to like kill fish and kill animals and skin them and eat them in the wilderness without technology and all of the usual stuff that children have in the 21st century. And as tragedy strikes, Ben's wife and the children's mother dies, he's on a mission to get them to see their mother off in their funeral, and it's a really great story. It's really great writing. The characters are really complex, and I love Viggo Mortensen in the role of Ben Cash. He gives a great performance, and all of the child actors are incredibly impressive. I love the story. It's heartwarming as well as funny and just hits me like a ton of bricks every single time I think about it. If you liked films like Little Miss Sunshine, definitely check Captain Fantastic out. I highly recommend it. I loved this film. The writing is excellent. At number 3 on my list we have Zootropolis or Zootopia. Of course, Disney slayed 2016. It really did. I love Pete's Dragon. I loved Moana. I loved Zootropolis. I loved all the Marvel films to an extent. But yes, Disney slayed 2016. I just rewatched Zootropolis last night, and I could honestly watch this film on an endless loop. I love all the jokes, I love all the references to Disney, I love the messages and values behind the plot of the film. I think it's ingenious. It's very complex for a Disney film. Characters of Nicholas Wilde and Julie Hopps have great chemistry together, and just overall the characters in this film are so good. Zootropolis is such a genius and just wonderful idea with great messages, and I feel like it should be mandatory for children to see Zootropolis. Number 2 on my list is one of the the most intellectual films of 2016 and a massive surprise to me, which is Arrival. Arrival blew my mind, and I wouldn't expect anything less from the director Denis Villeneuve because he always blows my mind. This film stars Amy Adams as a linguist named Dr. Louise Banks who goes to the point of call when aliens invade Earth and they need her to translate the alien language. And Arrival is a sci-fi movie done so right. It doesn't dumb anything down for its audience, it keeps you intrigued. The acting by Amy Adams is incredible, and just everything from the cinematography to the music to the direction is so well done for a sci-fi film. And it just proves that alien invasion movies don't have to have like laser beams and all of that stupid action stuff. I'm looking at you, Independence Day 2, to be intellectual and to be incredibly well done. I loved Arrival. It is now one of my favourite sci-fi films of all time. And now we get to number one, my favourite film of 2016, and a lot of you are probably sitting there thinking, I know what it is. She hasn't spoken about it yet, so it's got to be that. And you would be 100% right. My number one film of 2016 is La La Land, directed by Damien Chazelle. Oh, I cannot express my love for this film in so many words. It hit me in so many places. It's incredibly relatable, it's beautiful, it made my heart happy, and just everything I love about filmmaking is in La La Land. I'm personally a huge fan of musicals, and to see Damien Chazelle bring back the original musical film back into Hollywood with lots of nostalgia, references to old Hollywood, is just music to my ears. It's so refreshing to see an original musical film be appreciated by so many people, to have so much love poured into it. The acting by Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling is stellar. Emma Stone is incredible in the role of Mia, an aspiring actress. The musical score is incredible, the lyrics, the songs are amazing, the cinematography is gorgeous. It's such an appreciation for Los Angeles as a city, even though it is depressing and you go there expecting to fulfill your dreams and sometimes you don't and sometimes you do, and it just has so many emotions in it. It has happy emotions, it has hopes, it has dreams, it has sad emotions, and oh, I love it. This is all I do when I listen to the soundtrack, is just like hold my chest because I love it so much. Everything in this film just makes me so happy. The choreography, the acting, the writing. I just want to watch this film on a loop forever. If I could do that, I would. So in conclusion, Rihanna loves La La Land. And there you have it, guys. That was my top 16 films of 2016. Please let me know down below in the comments what you think of my list and what is yours. Please let me know. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. All my social media links, including my Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Letterboxd, will be down below in the description if you want to come follow me. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you very soon. Bye.